Welcome back, everyone. Going to be showing you exactly what happened in the bear market in 2017. It's always good to look at the past, but I'm going to prove to you guys that we are in a bear market. I know a lot of people on YouTube are saying 70K, 100K Bitcoin. I'm going to settle this once and for all. I will be going over this probably another time, but this is what we're looking at, right? We see the top. This is from the current top that we had at 65K. This is the top at around 19 to 20K in 2017. We saw after we reached this top, before we reached this top actually, go down and look at the volume. You guys see how low this volume is, right? You see how low this volume has been. We match this volume up. The volume is extremely, extremely low once we get to some sort of top point, right? We see it right here. We see low volume, and low volume makes you realize that there's not too much new money coming into the market. If you do not have new money coming into the market, right, like a bull market, you cannot grow, you cannot execute, and you cannot really grow. So price, after we get to a certain point, it's going to top off. We saw both of them top off before we had the slow volume. Look at any single bear market, any single bull market. Bull market ends when you see this low volume at the top, right? Then what happens to signify that you are in a bear market? Well, we see that these red volume, right? These red volume candlesticks that you see right here, they are going to outweigh any single green volume stick, right? So we see dips, not as much buying pressure on these dips, right? We see a dip, not as much buying pressure on these dips, right? We have this run up. This is the last pump that we normally have. Look at, we had the same sort of pump back in 2018. To 2017, we had this last little run up literally around the same exact time. They brought this over to around 60K here. They brought this around 18K here, and then they dumped it after that. And then you saw a violent dip to where we're at right now, or where we're close to right now. This was actually around 45K still. But after we saw that, right, volume, look at the volume. Volume is very, very important. We see that the volume is signifying exactly how in what direction we are going. So we know that we're going to be going down after this because we saw the last run up, we saw volume at the top, and that's basically how you guys can figure it out, right? This is what it's going to look like most likely for the next few months, right? Can guarantee you the next 2 to 3 months, we're going to have very, very, very low prices. Let's see, right? Probably going to be around this bottom level. Might be a few months before we get to this bottom dip that we had right here. So I can guarantee you we'll probably have at least a 20 to 25K Bitcoin in the next 3 or 4 months. And then things will get really bearish within 6 months around that. That's just my little prediction. And you guys have to understand that volume is everything. Volume is extremely important. And it really signifies where we're headed into the market. So let me pull up Bitcoin and show you guys where I see Bitcoin going right now in the short term. So we see that Bitcoin, as of right now, a lot of trend lines right now on it. But we just broke out of this wedge that we were in. Go back on the 6-minute. Yes, Bitcoin will still pump up, but we're in a downtrend long term. We're in a downtrend long term. So have to understand that, have to be very careful. Wanted to show you long-term investors what we could be looking at in the future. I know it sucks. I know it's scary, but this is how crypto works. I'm just being brutally honest with you. We're going to have lower prices. It's going to come. So you might as well be looking at getting out, exiting your positions once we get to a certain level. What is that certain level? I would say around 40K. Maybe we'll have another run up to 40K. If not, set a stop loss around 34,500. As that is a key level that if we dip below that, we're going to break down even farther. But I still do see, right? Still do see a run up possibly coming. We are breaking out of this wedge right here. This is a bearish wedge right here. So this is actually looking really good. We are showing some support around this 3,400 level. This is going to be a buying level, right? This is where I'm looking at entering in some of my trades, and also at this 34,500 level, right? These are the two levels I'm looking at entering trades right here. These are my buying levels where I want to buy. And I see that those are good opportunities. We look at the past, we have some very, very good key support levels there. So that's what we're looking for. And I'm going to stick to that plan. We'll see. I'll update you guys on that. But for the most part, I do think that we'll break down. We could bounce off of this 35K 400 level right here, but I don't see us being able to break out as we are on the weekend. So the fact that we're on the weekends, we did see bullishness last weekend, but we'll see. I mean, it's just something that you guys have to play kind of day by day or minute by minute or hour by hour if you guys want to get these sniper entries and really follow the trends. Overall, we are looking bearish. We're at this consolidation point. What's this consolidation point, guys? If we look, right, we're kind of around the same range where we just consolidated, we bounced up, we bounced down, but we came back down to this level right here, okay? We might see something like this as well. This is where I might be looking to get a little buy order in, draw a little trend line here. If we bounce off this trend line, could be another level of buying, right? Look at, we had a trend line right here. What happened? Boom, bought there. That was a trend line that came out, hit this support level. We could see something play out like that as we are kind of filling in these candles. But for the most part, haven't showed too much bullishness. Yes, we had a 4 to 5% run up, but it's still nothing to get too FOMO'd in on, right? We're looking for another dip, another retracement down to really get into our orders. But as of right now, it's great to see Bitcoin headed upwards, but we have had these consolidation points quite a lot with these large breakdowns following. Here's another one, right? Here's another one. And yep, that's what we're seeing right now. We will pay attention to the news, but for the most part, I do see a little retracement coming downwards, probably going to be heading towards these levels. We do have another support level as well around right here. So this is kind of the range that we're in currently. If we do break out of this, right, we're just going to be in this range with these 4 lines, right? Let me signify them real quick. All right, so these top 2 red lines are the range. These bottom 2 green lines are the range. Put green. And how do you trade within a range, right? Well, let me tell you, we normally bounce up and down through these ranges. These are the buying points. If we break down through, you're putting your stop loss below. And then this is the buying point down here, right? These are the second support ranges right here. We'll check for some resistance as well. We don't really see too much resistance. See a resistance line right here. This is kind of just the middle of the range point right here where we have volatile price action, going to make that yellow. But this is the range that I kind of see that we're in. These top 2 are probably going to bounce off this 35. Maybe we'll retest this 36 and just stay in this range because it is the weekend. We could have some sideways action. But for the most part, I do think that we are going to be bearish, right? But we are going to plan for all possibilities, right? We come down here where we do have this support. We're probably going to see some upwards movement, right? We could break down. That's going to be our plan, right? We could have sideways action. If we have sideways action, what's our plan? We short here, we buy here. If we break out, what's our plan? Okay, we're going to break out. We're going to retest 1 or 2 of these resistances right here. And then we're going to break out. That's the plan. You need to have plans for all 3 movements and set tight stop losses if you guys want to take advantage of this volatility. But it is Saturday. It is going to be the weekend. I don't suggest you guys trading on the weekend. I don't suggest you guys buying on the weekends. You can't get a really good read on the market. That's why I say up, down, sideways, because it's the goddamn weekend. Not much you can do about the weekend. Yeah, that's the Bart Simpson head. We see a Bart Simpson head right here. Breakout. Yeah, I love that, man. But yeah, we'll get into some altcoins right now. FTM is really, really volatile right now, right? This is a coin that we saw large run-ups with. We're kind of in some sort of wedge. We're at the top of this range. In this wedge, we could go up to these higher levels. But if they do get up to these higher levels, we know that Bitcoin broke out. If Bitcoin does not break out and we're at these levels and it's looking a bit bearish, we're probably going to be shorting some FTM, as this has been extremely volatile coin, guys. Look at this. On the 9-minute, it went down 17% in 12 hours. That's crazy, guys. 18%, right? Almost 20% down. But look at the upside, right? Look at the upside that it did as well. Went up 28% in around 30% in around a day and a half. Very, very volatile. A coin that you guys want to be very careful with. If you cannot figure out what Bitcoin's doing, stay away from these altcoins. They're not worth it. They're not meant to be, because you guys will get screwed over more than you will make gains on these altcoins. I can promise you that. I'm not going to be using any indicators until you guys get more experienced in the market. We will be going through some indicators though, for those that have been asking. It's just right now, you guys need to understand market structure. What happens when we have market structure? What is market structure? How does market structure break? We have ranges, guys. We have trend lines. We've been going through trend lines quite a lot, right? Here's a trend line right here. Boom, we broke out to the upside. We make channels as well when we're in downtrends, right? We're in a downtrend channel. We will be getting into more ideas and more things, but these are the main things you guys need to realize. Support, resistance, you can make a range from it. We have trend lines, trend support, trend resistance. If you guys go back in your graph and you draw these out, you guys will really understand some basic market structure. You'll see how these things connect, and you'll be able to really pick up some knowledge just from going back and drawing these lines, seeing how these things actually panned out. You guys really need to get familiar with these if you want to be successful. We will be getting into more complex stuff as the time comes. T-Fuel. All right, we'll go into T-Fuel, man. Hope I have T-Fuel up. 6% today. Yep. Well, all these altcoins, right? They got smacked when Bitcoin dropped. What happened? They broke trend. Bitcoin broke trend. They broke out, right? What did T-Fuel do? Around 3% past 3 hours, right? What happened when it broke this trend right here? This is T-Fuel Bitcoin. You throw up other T-Fuel. The T-Fuel Bitcoin's not doing too bad. Let's go on the 15-minute. You guys got to get familiar with the 15-minute chart. That's just what I like to use. A lot of people use the 15-minute chart. If you guys are looking at something from a midterm perspective, 1, 2, 3 hour is for the long term, and then I would say 3 to 1 minute to 5 minute is for the short term, looking on when to get your entries in. And so what do we see with T-Fuel? What do we see with T-Fuel? All right, well, so we're in some sort of channel right here. We do have a diagonal, right? These are diagonal lines. We're in an uptrend right here, but we have multiple trends that are inside this. This is just like having a range, like we talked about, 2 resistance, 2 supports, but they're diagonal, right? Let's get one a little bit better than that. Like that, that's fine. All right, but yeah, this is what we're seeing right here. These are the 2 resistances. These are the 2 supports that we see with T-Fuel, right? This is just diagonal lines that we're drawing. But what do we see with T-Fuel right now? We're reaching some sort of top, right? We've had this top before. Let's draw these out. These are going to be resistance lines. Look at, we broke down at this level right here, right? This is a resistance level. We see the resistance. We see it not being able to break out. If it does get up there again, that would be a good time to enter in a short. But if we break out of this level and we retest and we show momentum with Bitcoin, probably a good time to long. Probably a good time to buy, right? There's boom. With a tight stop loss, as always, guys. Always have to have some sort of tight stop loss, or else you guys will get hurt. Because you don't need to win every single trade that you make. Really, all it takes is a 40 to 50% success rate, 2 to 1 risk ratio, 3 to 1 risk ratio, and you will be extremely successful. We'll go into risk ratio even more. We'll make an entire video about it, but it's one of the most important things for you guys to really understand. Trading is not difficult. It just takes time. It takes knowledge, and you just have to be able to put in the work and have the patience, have the strategy put together, have a list of things, and you guys will be successful. All right, we'll go in the rune. But yeah, my price predictions for Bitcoin, guys, it's the weekend. There's really no definitive trend right now. We could go any which direction. If anyone's telling you we're going to go a direction on the weekend, right? They're just putting multiple plans together. If not, if they're giving you one idea, one side, then they're lying, guys. They don't know where the hell it's going. I can promise you that. You don't know where the hell it's going on the weekend. There's absolutely no market structure correlations like longer term on the weekend, right? Market structure will do whatever the hell it wants to on the weekend. All right. We're just in kind of this little range right here. Here's our resistance that we see with Rune. Rune needs to break out, guys. This is a coin that, look how low we are with Rune, guys. Look at this 3 hour on Rune, right? Look how much we've dropped. Bitcoin ran up. Rune's still going down, guys. Rune is still going down. We're retesting the support level, but it looks like if Bitcoin gets bearish, guys, next time we pump up with Bitcoin, next time we see a little momentum switch, I will be looking at acquiring some Rune on a trade. Why is that? Well, you guys have to understand. Look how low Rune was last time we had this dip right here. And look how volatile that was, right? It went up 16, 17, 18% in 6 hours. We're looking for these candles. This candle right here where we had this large run up, these are candles that are easily able to be engulfed. And we do see engulfing candles, right? They don't have much support or resistance, so they end up repeating themselves, which an engulfing candle just means, right, it'll go down. If this one goes up, it'll be able to go down in the same kind of length that this candle was. But we do see these as sort of vector candles or engulfing, whatever you want to call them. You guys just have to realize when we have these large volatility candles that are large, you will see them retrace with no support or resistance. Very high volatility right here. Look at this candle, right? Look at the high volatility we had with these high volatility candles, right? And when you see levels of resistance or support, what do you see? Small candles, not too much price action, low volume. I'll keep you guys updated on the weekend, right? So we do have some levels of support, right? We do have some levels of support on the weekend that, you know, if we do reach those, it would be some good buying levels, but it's not, we're not there yet, right? We are not there yet. So we're looking for this breakdown with Rune. That would be amazing. We get Bitcoin to push back down to around 34, 33 even. I can guarantee you Rune will be in this vicinity right here and we'll snipe the bottom of Bitcoin as well. But yeah, for sure right now it's just a little waiting game as we're in this consolidation, right? Inverse head and shoulders right now. We could see that shoulder pop up as well, but we'll need to see and wait. You don't want to base your market structure on the weekend. You guys are not going to have a high success rate if you're doing that on the weekend, especially if you guys are new to trading, right? You guys are here and just trying to learn trading. That's awesome. I'm very happy that you guys are not FOMOing into trading. You guys are here to learn. But definitely going to be going over some long-term investing skills that you need to have, how to research, how to really look into a crypto. You guys will be able, when we're in these bear markets, right? When we do have these bear markets where we're at ridiculously low prices, I can guarantee you that you will be able to have the skills to grab these 100x coins, right? Not these coins that these YouTubers shill. I'm going to give you the tools so that you can find these coins without looking on YouTube. You guys can do your own research. You guys that are here for the long run, that are here to invest long term, you will have the ability to get these 100x coins, right? It's all about having the tools and having the mindset on how to do your research on these coins. It's not too difficult once I'll get the template out towards you guys on how to look for them. A lot of people, right? It's just easy questions and easy answers to finding these great coins. It's a lot simpler than some people imagine. I can promise that you guys will be able to find these coins on your own. You won't need YouTube. You won't need Twitter. Those are the worst places to look for those coins. I'm not looking for the KSM bounce. I am not looking for the KSM bounce. I burnt that thing to the ground. Burnt KSM down to the ground. I'm not looking at it. I can go through it in a second. Let's go through why is Bitcoin dipping as well, guys? Why do we see Bitcoin dipping? Well, let's get into, do I have Dow Jones pulled up? Well, stock market's down. I do not have it pulled up in here. Oh, here it is. Right, stock market is down, right? We see, isn't it? Pulled up. Well, stock market is down, so this is going to correlate with your crypto, right? This is going to be able to correlate in prices with your crypto. I guess I can go over this. This isn't right though. But yeah, we see stock market took a dive, right? Crypto is going to take a dive. Look at these candlesticks with the volume. Look at that bearish volume that we see. We're going to see the stock market fall, right? Everyone knows this correction's coming with the stock market. Why do people not know this correction is going to come with crypto, right? It's going to happen, guys. When stock market falls, crypto doesn't go up, right? When we have massive, massive inflation, right? When we have massive inflation building up, why would crypto go up? Yes, I get Bitcoin's a hedge against inflation. It's a store of value, but at the same time, guys, that's not how it's going to work. I can guarantee you with inflation on the rise, Bitcoin's going to be going down in price, especially with what we're seeing right now with the volume. People do not want to invest into Bitcoin right now. That's not what it's showing on the charts. Might be showing that in the news, might be showing that on your favorite YouTube channel, but it's not showing it on this channel in the charts. It's not showing it. All right, so everyone is selling because cryptos are a giant scam. Not all of them, but for the most part, all those cryptos that do lots of marketing, guys, be careful. You see a crypto that's always on Twitter, that's always sharing, you know, buy this, right? Guys, they pay, a lot of these cryptos have absolutely no product. They just have great marketing. They got good social analytics. They got good shillers. And that's why they had their price pumped up so much, but they have absolutely no product. It's crazy, right? Crazy. It's all about headlines. It's all about social analytics. But right now, you know, those companies in a bear market, right, that don't have anything out, they don't have, you know, these social analytics. They just have good fundamentals, right? You could grab those at an extremely low price in the bear market with the tools of research and knowing what you're researching for. And then you're able to get these 100x's. I can promise you that 100x in this next bear market is going to be something that all of you will be able to do if you're patient, if you have strategy, and if you're willing to put in the work. It'll be life-changing in the bear market. I'm excited for the bear market, guys. You do have a lot of fun in the bear market, not trying to be a asshole or anything, but bear markets are fun, right? You're able to do research, right? You're able to learn as much as you can. And it's really a time of fun. It really is. We'll be having a lot of fun in the Discord and on this channel throughout the bear market. All right, yeah, we'll also go through a few things. I might throw on some indicators, show you what could happen. We could see a bounce up to the upside. Why is that? If we look at the 1 hour, right, we could see some sort of pattern forming. I do think that this could happen right here, right? We have some sort of dip down, right, down to this line. We have a dip up, and then we go boom, breakout, have some sort of W pattern form. But this is kind of looking like inverse head and shoulders if we did do that. But I really do see somehow a W pattern forming. Monday, we could be bullish. But like I said, it's the weekend. I'm just talking right now. I'm just saying, in my opinion, people that say they know what's going on right now, it's really right now we're at a point where, yeah, we have a higher high. Could break out, but at the same time, this trend's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And it is the weekend. Weekends are very unpredictable. You guys who have been here for a while, you know. Weekends are unpredictable, right? We'll be looking at some buying levels down here for sure, though. These two levels. It's 3, actually, if we do get down there. Tight stop losses, right? Falls through that stop loss. Falls through, hits this again. We're going to be shorting, right? With a tight stop loss as well. What do I think about stock to flow BTC? If you guys are basing buying and selling off a stock to flow, you're going to lose a lot of money. Yeah, you might make money if you hold it for X amount of years. But if you look at it from a long-term perspective, anything could look bullish, right? Anything that has gone up in price can look bullish. Yes, Bitcoin has gone up a lot in price. They started that from 0.01 cents to stock to flow. How are you going to judge an asset that, you know, has gone up from 0.01 cents, right? If we went on Bitstamp, let's go to Bitstamp real quick. Now, you guys get the point. You're looking at something that has gone up in value over the past like 50 years, right? If you looked at the stock market over the past 50 years and tried to predict the future, you could be like, oh, it's probably going to go up, right? A couple of years from now, yeah, it's probably going to go up. Stock to flow is not something that's reliable on the long term, to short, or to mid term, right? On the extremely long term, yeah, I guess it could be, but we still have to understand that we are going to approach a bear market with this volume, right? Yeah, we could break out to 42, 48, but I want to see that momentum before I really make that decision. I know long term that we're going to be going down, but I know that, you know, probably going to pump up at some point. They always do this. They're trying to milk the market, bleed it out. The market makers are trying to do as and get as much liquidity as they can, right? They're going to try and hype this market up. They're going to try and pump up the prices all the time they can. As you saw in 2017, people continue to buy. What do we see here, guys? People are buying, retailers are buying. Guys, look at people are buying, right? This is what happens. This is what happens. When is BTC going down? It's going to go down in the next 3 months to 4 months at least. That's a considerable amount. We'll probably see 20K levels, my guess. I mean, that's long-term predictions, man. It's hard to do, We break out of this trend line right here. Let's draw this little trend line. Probably going to see some downwards momentum. We're just probably going to be riding this for right now. But it is the weekend. Kind of hard to do some predictions on exactly what we're going to see. I've been repeating myself a little bit. But we still do see some resistance at these two levels. We are kind of in the middle of this range right here where we see price action. So we're looking for a breakdown through these supports to get to our buying levels. We're not too far away. We just need around a 2 to 3% drop in Bitcoin to hit those levels. Can you explain a short for people who just started? I will put that in my in one of my tutorials, Raphael. It is in one of my tutorials as well. Yeah, we will see a lower Ethereum. If you guys are in for the long run on Ethereum, Ethereum has a great fundamentals behind them. I'm telling you right now, we're going to see some lower Ethereum in the near future, right? If you guys want to trade Ethereum, go right ahead, man. Go right ahead and trade Ethereum. But I'm telling you, we will see a lower than 1800 Ethereum as of right now. We will see it. We are in an uptrend for Ethereum on the 15-minute, right? Tight channel though, tight channel. Could bounce down after that on the 4 hour. You will see a lower than $1,700 Ethereum, right? We will see it. We sniped the bottom last time. If you guys were on this channel on this dip, we bought on this dip. It was great times, good days for all of us. But right now we're looking for these lower levels. We probably will see a $1,300 Ethereum at the minimum to around $1,500. We'll have to see. But I do see these levels as very possible, right? These $1,300 to $1,500 levels. How much of a drop is that in Ethereum from where it is right now? It's only 35%, right? Only 35%, not too much. Let's go from all-time highs, drag that up. Focusing on long-term, just so you guys can gauge a perspective, right? That's only a 68% drop from all-time highs. Bitcoin did 80, 90% in the past. We have more liquidity. We have more holders. Don't think that we're going to see more than around 80 to 90% drop in these top coins. Probably around 70% to 75 to 80%. Maybe 80 is pushing a lot, but we'll have to see, right? We take Bitcoin. How much did this drop from the top? We're only at 50. We got to that 60 point, but I'm looking at really the 70 to 80 range, right? 70 to 80 range is definitely possible with the liquidity that we see in the market, right? Might be 21, might be 20, but every time that we've pumped up in the past, guys, we have more liquidity in the market, right? We have more liquidity in the market, but still, we went down by factors of around 80 to 90%, and I realized more people are holding, right? More people are holding, but that still doesn't change the fact that we're probably going to still be able to accomplish a large dip in the market. It might affect it by 10%, right? Might see only a 21K Bitcoin or whatever it might be. It's going to happen. What do you see October, December? Too far. Nobody can predict major breaking news events either. Single tweets can infect the entire market. Ryan, yes, they can, but at the same time, this is what these whales do, right? Markets don't move from retail investors. You have to understand that. They move from whales. Right? Retail investors do some percentage, right? You know how 99% of the people in the world, they don't make up as much money as that 1%, right? Same thing goes for crypto, right? Why would it be different? Right? You got to understand these whales will post these articles, they will buy on them, and you're going to be buying underneath them, right? This is what happens if you guys do not use TA. You're going to be buying on these news events that these whales will bait you into. You got to stay off the news and you got to stay in the charts. Solana is still extremely high, guys. Right? Solana is extremely high right now, guys. Look at from this dip that we had, that's 46%, 47% away from this dip. I am looking to burn this to the ground once we have a dip. I'm kidding about burn to the ground, guys, just trying to make a little joke out of it. But look at this dip that we had with Solana, right? In 6 days, we went down 64%. And look where we're currently at right now. Guys, this is a little bit overvalued. Once we do reach these top levels, I am looking to short this quite a lot. Yeah, what's shorting? You can make money on a crypto going down. If you're not doing TA, don't do it yet. You're not going to be trading. You're not going to be successful if you guys do not have a strategy. You not have hours and hours put into this. I'm just trying to teach you how I would approach this, and do not follow what I do. I don't want you guys to follow what I do. I want you guys to follow what I do maybe on a paper trading account, but just so you guys can understand basic market structure. I will give some calls, right? But this isn't some show where I just give you guys all the info, all the calls. You guys come here, you know, to make some calls, whatever it is. You know, no, that's not how it works here. You guys are here to learn. You guys are here to get better at trading. You guys are really here to get better at investing, better mindset overall. But this is what we're seeing with Solana. We're at the bottom of this range. If we don't break out, we're probably going to break down. We see some nice candles right here, probably going to break down to this level, right around here. And we have some, we actually have some support right there as well. So I'm going to draw that one down there as well. Let's see how much of a drop this would be if we broke through there. It's around 8 to around 14%. But guys, still have a while to go on Solana for this to get to the levels that we saw when Bitcoin dropped to 29K. We're not far from 29K. Solana is a little bit overvalued, right? Just a little bit. But yeah, going to see some lower levels with Solana in the future. Hopefully this rises up. We could get some good longs on it maybe, or get some good longs on other cryptos. And then once we see that dip is coming, we can get a nice short on Solana. Yeah, you could just hodl, man. I mean, I would just expect, if you guys are investors, right, you guys should have some cash on the sidelines. No good investor, if you guys want to be successful investing, you will always have some cash on the sidelines, especially in crypto. If you guys are in it for the long-term run, why wouldn't you have some cash on the side? Why would you be fully invested with this volatility we see, right? Look at this volatility we see, right? Why would you be having your cash on the side? Like, why would you have no cash on the sidelines? If you guys are going to be long-term investing, you need to have cash on the sidelines at all times, right? It's just how crypto is in a bear market. If we get to a certain price, maybe you throw it all in there. But at the time we're at right now, why would you be invested all in? It does not make sense. You need to have some money on the sidelines. Promise it will not hurt you, right? Especially if you're going to be hodling for years, right? You're going to be hodling and yodeling for years. Go for it, man. Go for it. If you really want to buy out here, not the smart decision, not what a good investor would do. Yeah, you cashed out smart money. You're just waiting. Great job, man. Right? We talked about in the beginning of this video, if you guys missed the beginning of this video, we talked about how these bear markets work. We get lower volume, and then we see that price slowly decreases. How much patience do you have? When are you going to jump in and when are you going to ape in, right? You guys could wait 3, 4, 5 months from now. Promise that these prices will be a lot lower than what we see right now. None of this will ever happen. It'll be another 10 years before anything happens. No, it will not, guys. Yeah, no. We see bull runs more often than you think. We've seen a bull run in 2019, 2020. We saw one also 2017, 2018. 2018, we even had a little pump. These actually happen quite a lot. It's not a bull run where we have everything go up thousands and thousands of percents. It's just like, 500, 400, 300%. People get into it. Hype, social analytics get up a little bit, but I promise you that like these bear markets aren't as bad as you think. It's just you might not go up 1,000% if you were to buy the bottom, right? You might just go up, let's say 200, 300%. That's still outperforming any other investment that you can make in normal markets on the mean average. Yeah, I'm not trying to sell my audience anything. Yes, I'm really not running a scam. Yep, trying to get you guys sensible. I know some of you guys have never heard anyone probably say what I have said. I know it's a little bit scary, but I promise you that I'm here to help you learn. I'm here to help you get educated, to build a community where you guys will actually benefit. It's going to be a great thing that we've been doing, especially in the Discord. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be here for the long run, right? If you're on this channel, you're in for the long run. If you're not, get out of here, right? You guys are here to learn trading. You guys are here to learn great investing. Not to buy these coins when we're in a bull or bear market, hold them for long term. No, we have no indication that we're, you know, in a bull market still. We have no indication that we're going to go to 42, 48K. Nothing's pointing that way right now. And when it does, I will say something. But as of right now, we've been just in this bearish trend ever since we dropped below and had that lower volume. For the long term, at least, right? Trading, we'll trade at basically all times in the market, not on the weekends. We'll be just going over market structure on the weekends. That's exactly what a scammer would said. Yeah, that's what a scammer would say, Ricky. Yeah, I'm not a scammer, guys. That's what a scammer would say. How do you feel about holding half and trading half your portfolio? 0 to hero, BBQ. I would just really look at holding, right, as a trade, right? Don't even think of it as a trade. Just think, oh, I'm holding. I'm going to set my stop loss at this support level, because I know if we break down through the supports, the coin that I'm holding is going to go down really low, right? You still want to set up your holds with some structure, right? You still want to set up your holds with a stop loss, right? When are you going to be taking profits, right? It's something that you guys could do a quote unquote hodl trade for, you know, might be 3 weeks, might be a month, but just having your stop losses in place and taking your profits along the way. It's just understanding what are the resistance levels. When are you going to buy? When are you going to sell? You guys can do trades. It doesn't need to be daily. You guys can do trades hour or not daily, but you guys can do them weekly, monthly. But it's just a lot risky predicting the future that long from now. Yeah, right shoulder is kind of forming on Bitcoin. We'll see. It's just a little bit higher right here. We might see that. Why I have some levels right here of support. If we do break down through it, it is the weekend, right? Sometimes on the weekend, we don't really have that there, by the way, but we see on the weekends that, right, we'll have a pattern form, and the pattern doesn't matter because it's the weekend. Market structures easily break. It can easily break, right? Look at the volatility that we see on the weekend. Let's go on the 25-minute, for example. Extremely low volume, right? For the most part. Sometimes we'll have high volume, but that's just whales manipulating the market and nothing you can do about that. Yeah, just buy my course. You guys are all getting free courses, all the info you need, by the way. It's all going to be free. You will all learn how to trade, how to invest for completely free, and it's going to be hundreds and hundreds of inputs as well. Everything's going to be just to get you guys better, really. All free courses. Okay, all free courses. You guys don't need to pay for a course. You normally you do, but not here. So if ETH goes to down 40% from what it is now, come on, man. Start stating that fact that Ethereum will go to 1,500 in a couple months is crazy speculation. Also, really obvious to buy that low. Brett, man, you've only been in crypto for around 3 to 4 months. Welcome. Well, yeah, every year we'll see people jump into crypto, right? But it's like every 4 years. Yeah, every 4 years you see a lot of people jump into crypto. Could just be market manipulation on long term. A lot of speculation, a lot of tinfoil hats. We're not going to get too deep into that. Look for the EMA cross on weekends. Yeah, we could see that. We still have that death cross that everyone was bitching about. And you guys got to understand the death cross, right? Ooh, death cross is happening, right? Death cross happened like right here, guys. Then we had this candlestick. It's a lagging indicator. Do not use death cross as a lagging indicator, right? If we thought the death cross was going to happen, you would have shorted before, right? Or you would have shorted on this resistance line that we had right here that we actually saw. And we got a resistance all the way up from here, came down to here. This was our resistance, right? Boom, touched it, couldn't hold it. This is going to keep on coming down until we break out on the longer term, right? In the longer term, when we break out of this, we're going to have an uptrend, right? We're going to have an uptrend. And then we're going to have these two as our resistance levels. Why? Because this is going to be a pivotal resistance This resistance was a very, very large resistance trend that we saw. Yes, resistance trends do work. Once we break out, we'll retest, and then you buy, and then we will fucking hold them until we hit our take profit. Should we go for Manic? No, I would say Manic lower levels is always a good buy, or it has been recently, just because the FOMO around Manic is superior to some other altcoins, right? Manic really isn't performing too well, right? We saw other altcoins absolutely outperform Manic. Manic's just been kind of just chilling a little bit, not too much price action, nothing too spectacular, nothing I'm really looking into. Looking to get some buy or some levels in at lower prices. Probably looking for, again, this 115, 116 level. But we need to look at what Bitcoin's doing before we even contemplate buying that. Yeah, 15 lines of resistance. Sorry about that, guys. I know this looks confusing. I swear I will make these resistance lines extremely easy. Like, all resistance and support lines are is we see price action around those levels. It looks confusing, right? But it does help. It does help. It makes you understand market structure a little bit more. I know it looks crazy, right? I know it looks crazy, but you will understand this, and you're going to want to understand this. This is one of the first things that will help you out the most on understanding market structure. No, you're not going to trade off of just these resistance lines. No, no, no. But you're going to be able to understand somewhat of market structure. Like, look, we hit this resistance line. We break through this support line because we broke through it. Resistance turns into support. We broke down quick, right? We broke to the support, right? And then we bounced off this trend right here. It's just how you guys are able to really understand how market structure works. It's an amazing tool, and I promise that these lines do have meaning. They do have meaning. Yeah, smash the like button, guys. It was a great year for crypto from a price action standpoint. I mean, 1 year ago, guys, let's go back to June 21st, right? Let's go back to June 21st. I love that you stated that question. You just got new into crypto. I mean, maybe you're talking about since we had January, we had a great year, right? Let's go to June. Let's go 1 year before, right? Go to June. Right, how much did Bitcoin go up, right? How much did Bitcoin go up? 500%, 600% from the top, right? What are we at right now? 35. People are still up 300% who bought then, right? People are still up 300% who bought then. Imagine you guys bought back here, right? These are when a lot of these whales, a lot of these people who are up a lot, they bought here, right? You guys bought up here. It sucks, right? It sucks. I promise you, next bull run we have, if you guys stay here, if you guys stay tuned, you guys are going to be buying. You guys are in the Discord. You guys are actually listening to these tutorials that I'm going to be doing. You will be the people who buy at these levels, and you're going to be the people who dump at these levels because you guys are going to be more educated. You're going to have an edge on these people who just get in. It sucks to be new to something, right? You know, it's like you guys just went to go play basketball and you have Shaquille O'Neal, you know, playing against you. You guys are going to get wrecked. It's just all a learning experience in crypto. It's not as hard as you would think, right? Gonna be covering everything in simple tutorial videos, giving you guys step by step what to do, right? I'm gonna map it out so easy for you. The only thing you're going to need to be able to do is your homework, right? I'm gonna make you guys go back in time, draw your supports, draw your resistances, draw your trend lines, understand market structure for the trading aspect, and I'm gonna make you guys write these reports on coins, right? So you guys can figure out how are these coins good, right? What makes a coin good? What makes a coin pull off 100x, right? And once you guys understand market structure, a few indicators as well, we'll go into that, and also, you know, some other TA stuff, and understand also what makes a coin good. Next bear market, you will succeed, right? You will succeed. I can promise you that, right? It's all a learning experience. All right, I'm gonna end the video off there. All right, have a great rest of your day.